Alright, so since I kind of failed on my first slide, I'm going to try to redo this on this one. But I wanted to break down the different check-in sheets so that everyone's aware of kind of how they work and what they look like. I color-coded them because I thought that would be easier, one, for students, get them familiar with when they start doing them themselves, what color correlates with which class, and then also for ourselves, we always know that blue will be reading, yellow will be math. The pink salmon sheet is kind of a behavior sheet, the I'm working towards. This is something I'm thinking of using for Rodolfo and Avon, two of our students who are kind of having some troubles, not only just completing their work, but staying on task and not disrupting others, and being kind to other people. So that's something that I need to conference with them with first. Obviously, I want Will, Cindy, Aaron, Rochelle, I want you guys to be included and to know what they're working towards. It's just not something that I see us starting necessarily tomorrow, as in Monday, but hopefully by the end of the week we have something that they're working towards. We have a clear idea of what they need to do in order to obtain that, and that everyone is on the same page about how to use that sheet. So for now, I'm just going to focus on math and reading. The yellow sheet will be for math, and on the top it'll say my progression. That way, if I'm checking in, or Judith is checking in, or Wanthony is checking in, we know exactly whether, for instance, right now you're in measurement and data unit, whether they're working on length, mass, plot lines, whatever it is, we know exactly what they're working on. And then it'll also say their facts. That way, just in case you ever want to, oh, hey, I see you're working on fives. Really quick, what's 5 times 3? A way to keep them kind of on their toes, give them extra practice, makes us all on the same page. Okay, and then it goes down into what the students usually do in math. They either watch a new video on a new lesson, they do an explore activity, they practice independently on IXL, or they do a level up. So students would, at the end of the year, I'm hoping, be able to do this on their own. They would be able to say, okay, I know I want to get done with my Explore today, and reasonably I can get through at least part of my IXL. My goal is to get to 35%. For now, I think we're going to need to fill them out for them. And if you notice, there's space left under Explore so we can write which Explore they're doing that day. For their IXL, there's space underneath to write which IXL they're working on and the goal for their percentage. And there's also space under the level up, just so that we can write what their score was, and that way we know what we need to possibly work with them more on, and so does the student. They know, okay, I didn't get exactly what I wanted to. Tomorrow I need to take the additional level up, and we could then write that in that space. Again, students are going to need to be checked in with right after the mini lesson or shortly after the mini lesson, and then at the end of math to make sure that they've completed their work and that they truly understood it, and to help answer any questions that they have. So I will create some sort of schedule so that we have all of the students and that we know who's checking in with them and when. It may be that I need Aaron and Will. I may need you. I know that that might not be possible at all times, but just be aware that because of how many students there are and how many there are of us, I might be asking for some of your help. So I just want to put that out there. But again, there'll be expo markers just to check what the students are working on, and hopefully then that way when you go up to them, you can say, oh, I see that you were working on your Explore. How did that go? Can you show me what you did? And maybe have them explain it a little bit to you, and from their explanation, you'll probably be able to gather whether they understood it or not. And then for the weekly reading, the blue sheet, on the top it says my independent books this week are. I know some of our students are able to read multiple books per week, which is awesome and amazing, but I also notice a lot of our students are going to the library every day to get a new book, and they're spending a lot of time in the library, so I'd like to have students pick out some of their books on Monday with me. That way I know, Cindy, Rochelle, you both know, and then Wanthony and Judith both know what books they're going to be reading once they finish their assignment. It first says my assigned reading. I know sometimes they have book club books that they're working on, or they're doing an activity based off the mini lesson. What would be nice is if I could actually write in their assignment for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for the whole week. That way the students know, okay, I know what I'm doing on Monday, I know what I need to do on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and they see it right up front. So they're aware, okay, that needs to be done first, and then I can move into my independent book. And for the independent reading, I'd really like to start marking down what page, what page they're starting on and what page they're ending on. That way I can also just see about, on average, how many pages they're reading per day and how far along it's going to take them to finish a book. Plus, then I can conference with students and meet with them and talk about, I noticed that you were able to get through an entire chapter book in 1 week. That's amazing. What do you want to do for the next week? What's your next goal? Or it might be vice versa. Like, I see that we're only reading a few pages each day. What's going on there? Are you not sitting in the right spot, etc.? And then also if they could fill out their My Thinking. I notice a lot of students know that they have a My Thinking learning log, but they're not necessarily remembering to go into it. And that's something, too, I want to work on, giving them more sentence prompts for that, and really doing some more video modeling and modeling myself for them on how to write in their My Learning. But again, I might need your help. I want to be able to have a check-in sheet, too, so that everyone knows, okay, Caitlin's going to be checked in by me. Avon's going to be checked in by Judith or Rochelle. I might need Cindy and Rochelle. I might need you to help some students fill this out. These sheets really should take no longer than 2 to 3 minutes to quickly fill out with the student and just to make sure that they know what their focus is for the day and what they need to accomplish. So I hope this helps. Again, if you have any questions, please come to me. I want to answer anything and everything that you have, but I thought making this video would help us all be on the same page. So, again, if you have questions, see me, and I will also be getting that check-in sheet ready so that everyone knows and is aware of who's being checked in with and when. Have a great rest of your day. Bye. Alright, so this is also a page that I created for some of our students like Zach and Caitlin, who once they've finished their work, they can earn some choice time, some free time on their iPads, or they can just do things like drawing or writing, or I left a spot for other in case students come up with some reasonable and appropriate ideas. But if you look on the top, it says number of minutes. For Zach, for instance, he only earns 5 minutes at the end after he's completed his tasks. Since we already have discussed with him that he's having those minutes, I want to continue them, but I can definitely see fading this by the end of the year. For Caitlin right now, she's earning a bit more. Just given everything that's going on with her, I think 10 minutes is appropriate. So these are the apps, and I looked at all these websites. These websites do work on the iPad currently. Cool Math Games, Word Chums, Huda Math, Front Row, Hopscotch, iBooks, and Notability. If you have any other suggestions or you want things taken off, please just let me know. I know it's kind of math heavy loaded, so sorry Rochelle and Cindy for not having more literature apps, but these are the ones that I thought of for right now. So again, if you want me to add anything or some other ones, please let me know. I'd love to get more advice on this. These is just what I kind of came up with to begin. You also notice it says unguided access. I know with Zach it really wouldn't be a problem, but I like that there is unguided access a time limit, so we can ensure that it is exactly 5 minutes or exactly 10. That way then students don't get away with getting more time than necessary. So if you have any questions about this, again, please come to me, but I wanted to point this out as well since some students will have it on their clip.